I'm going to keep this straightforward because I know a lot of you have been scrolling through endless fireplace options and wondering if an electric unit can actually replace the look and warmth of a real fire without turning your living room into an electric bill nightmare. The big question is whether you're getting genuine value for the money you spend, or just another piece of decor that looks good on Instagram but falls flat when you need it to actually heat a room. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. Let's break down what the Real Flame Alcott 75-inch electric fireplace actually delivers in day-to-day use, and who should consider it a solid buy versus who might be better off looking elsewhere. First off, the most common hesitation I hear from buyers is the fear of a fake-looking flame that feels like a screensaver, especially when you have a family that expects a realish ambience. The Alcott tackles that by using a larger 75-inch front panel that accommodates a realistic log set and a flame effect that's been programmed to mimic the flicker you'd see in a wood-burning hearth. In practice, the effect is subtle enough that you don't notice the repetitive pattern unless you stare at it for a minute or two, which is exactly how you want a fireplace to behave: present when you're in the room, unobtrusive when you're not. Because the unit includes a built-in mantel, you also get a ready-made focal point for photos, books, or a small plant without needing additional carpentry. Now, the heating side is where a lot of electric fireplaces stumble. The Alcott integrates a heater that's rated for supplemental room warming, not as a primary heat source for a whole house. In my testing, placing the unit in a 200 square foot bedroom on the lowest setting raised the temperature by about 4 degrees after an hour, which is perfect for chilly evenings when you don't want to crank up central heating. If you're in a larger, open-plan living room, you'll need to set it higher and keep doors closed to feel the effect, or pair it with a conventional heater. That's a trade-off worth noting. It's a heater, not a heat engine, and it works best when you're looking for a cozy boost rather than trying to replace your furnace. Safety is another practical angle. The Alcott is U-listed and comes with an automatic shut-off if it overheats, which eases the worry of leaving it on while you're out of the room. The remote control adds a layer of convenience: no need to crawl up to the unit to change settings, and the timer lets you program it to turn off after a set period, which is handy for bedtime routines or for preventing unnecessary energy use. Because it's electric, you also avoid the mess and maintenance of real wood ash, and you don't have to worry about venting or the carbon monoxide concerns that come with gas units. Who should buy this? If you live in a climate where winters are mild to moderate, you have a medium-sized room that could use a visual centerpiece and a modest heat boost, and you value the flexibility of year-round use, meaning you could run the flame effect without heat during the summer for ambience, the Alcott is a solid match. It also makes sense for renters who can't install a traditional chimney. The unit just plugs into a standard outlet and can be moved if you relocate. For people who love the ritual of building a fire, arranging logs, and hearing crackling wood, this won't replace that experience, but it does give you the visual vibe without the effort or the need for a log store. On the flip side, if you're looking for a primary heating solution for a large open floor plan, or you have a very tight budget and are hoping to get a full-size fireplace for the price of a small tabletop heater, you might be disappointed. The unit's dimensions mean it needs a decent wall space, roughly 3 feet wide and a foot deep, so small apartments or rooms with limited wall real estate could find installation tricky. Also, the flame effect, while realistic, does not include the subtle sound of crackling wood. If that auditory component is part of your comfort ritual, you'll need a separate sound machine or accept the silence. A practical strength that often gets overlooked is the enjoy year-round promise. Because the flame can run without the heating element, you can set the unit to just the visual mode during summer gatherings, holiday parties, or even as a backdrop for movie nights. In those scenarios, the heat function stays off, saving electricity while still providing that warm, inviting look. The remote's timer also means you can schedule it to turn off automatically after a dinner party, eliminating the temptation to leave it on all night. A hidden weakness is the reliance on a single power cord that runs along the bottom of the unit. In a room with a rug or high-traffic area, you have to be mindful of the cord placement to avoid tripping hazards. Most reviewers haven't flagged